Hello, my friends. So today is Wednesday, January 10th. It is, according to my car, 40 degrees outside, but I gotta tell you, I ain't buying that because it's pretty darn cold. It's cold. But I keep being told that we're going to get some rain, apparently. So rain is coming. I'm not loving the fact that rain is coming, but it's coming nonetheless. And I would so much rather it be snow. And of course, you can all figure out I'd rather it be snow. Sorry, I'm adjusting and it's just not adjusting. And I'm sure you can figure out that I would just rather it be snow because I'm a teacher and teachers just like snow days. So let's talk about my day a little bit, and then we're gonna go into a little bit of a meeting Wednesday or Wednesday weekly or whatever we want to call it, and talk a little bit about some things that are on our minds. So today, my day so far, I have had 2 smart points for breakfast. No, 4 smart points for breakfast, I'm sorry. I had an egg cup for 0. I had 2 Belvita cookies. They were like the Belvita cookies. I don't know how else to explain them. They're like rectangle-y, oval-y. And 4 of them is 8 points. I had 2 for 3 points, actually. So that's not true. I had 3. No, for 4 points. Yeah. And then for lunch, I had 1 point for a Baby Bell cheese. So I've had 5 points for the day. And going home tonight, I am going to have for dinner shake and bake chicken, which is, I use the glaze, the barbecue glaze, and it is 1 point for an 1/8 of the package, which I'm pretty sure I don't even come close to using, but because most of it falls off when I do it, and I do that way on purpose. But I'm going to air fry that, so I'm going to count it as 1 or 2 points, and then I'm having a sweet potato for 4 points. And I'm still going to be way under my points for the day. And then I think that's it. Oh, and I'll have a snack of some type. I do have to work tonight in my consulting business. So that's at 6 o'clock. I do expect this meeting to go quite late. So I'm probably, just because there is there's more to this particular meeting than just my normal consulting. Okay, I'll get there in a minute. So there's a foundation that's being set up and things like this, and I'm looking to get some information. So there's some different things that are going on tonight other than I don't know, than my consulting. So 2 non-scale victories today, and then I'll tell you why I keep adjusting this stupid camera. Non-scale victory number 1. I gave my badge to, when we get through the gates of my job, you have to show your badge. So when I gave my badge to the guy at the thing, I happened to glance at it, and I haven't done that in a while, and I noticed how different my face looks from when I had the picture taken. I'm pretty sure that I was even bigger in that picture than I used as my start weight in Weight Watchers. But anyway, it was a terrible angle. But also it's pretty big. So then I started wondering, because I was watching something where I think it was The Real Housewives or one of those, where they talked about like what their driver's license weight was or something like that. For a really long time, mine said something like 150, like even after I was way over 200. So I looked at it today, because I know at one point I did change it. I still lied, but I did change it. And my driver's license says that I'm 200 pounds and I'm 174. So I actually weigh less than what my driver's license says. So non-scale victory there, that I kind of did a little victory dance a little bit. And then non-scale victory number 2, which isn't a good thing, I guess, but it is a good thing. my rings, my wedding rings and my engagement ring, every time I go to dig in my bag or my teacher bag or whatever, they're falling off. I mean, it's cold, so that's part of the problem, but also they're big, so they're falling off. So that's another non-scale victory. The reason I keep trying to adjust this stupid camera is because Amber, my daughter, who is also on Weight Watchers, and you have heard me talk about her, and she's actually going to meal prep with me on Sunday, which I'm really excited about because she doesn't usually meal prep with me. She said, I asked her something about, does she watch my videos, or we were talking about like, this is what I've seen on videos or whatever, and she's like, I can't watch your videos. And I'm like, why not? And she's like, I can't watch your videos because the angle that you are shooting from makes you look so much bigger than you really are, and it drives me insane. So I was trying to find a better angle. I can't. It's the car I have. There's really nothing to hook on a holder. There's nowhere to put it on the dash. I don't have the kind that suction cups. It's the kind that goes into the vent, and my vent is really low. I don't know. So it is what it is, and I just have to deal with it. So Weekly Wednesday, I want to call it, or thoughts of the week. I don't care. I don't know. I haven't come up with a name for this segment of the channel, but I want to talk about something I found on the Weight Watchers website under the living portion, and it is about mantras. So whether your mantra is something like 5K every day, or even just I can do this, or I will work out, like whatever your mantra is, you've got to find a mantra that works for you. I am all about the mantra. I have been a mantra girl for years, or a saying girl, or even now, like memes, I am all about the mantra. So for years and years and years as a teacher, I have said that reciting something over and over and over really solidifies it in your brain, is one of the reasons that we study, because you say it over and over. I always say it out loud so that you can hear it. Write it down, because you have that connection between the arm and the brain that allows your brain to focus on it. You don't need to have a bunch of mantras, but if you want 1 or 2 or 3, depending on the situation, you could have a food mantra, you could have a workout mantra, you could have a step mantra, you could have a weight, whatever it is. But post them where you can see them. Write them on a Post-it note, have it printed on a piece of paper, write it down, whatever your mantra that gets you through. So for a long time in my life, my mantra was whatever gets you through the night, right? And I have to get away from that, because sometimes what got me through the night was chocolate. Sometimes what got me through the night was burgers, So that can't be my mantra anymore. My mantra, and lately what I've been working with is know your worth. Know your worth, and then sometimes I even put it at the end, I know you're worth it, okay? You can use your mantra to form healthy habits, okay? But you must use firm language. You can't, it's kind of like making a New Year's resolution or a goal where you can't say, well, I'm going to try again and probably won't work. You've got to make sure that you use firm language, okay? So you should say things like, I should or I shouldn't. You can't say that. You have to say, I will do this, or I won't do that, or you have to tell yourself the story that you want your brain to believe, okay? But you also have to make it catchy. A mantra should rhyme, or it should have a beat, like a da-da-da-da-da, and you have to be able to remember it, okay? Water instead of wine. And it has alliteration in it, so it has that catchy little beat. When you articulate a sound over and over, it's almost like music, and a lot of people learn better through music. They put, they're studying to songs, or they learn the song, like when you learned the 50 Nifty United States, you learned it in a song. If you focus your attention on one syllable or word, that can help too. But it's that strong language, making it catchy, You know, know your worth. That's a catchy one. You know, I also like to say, you know, you got to do what you got to do, or, you know, let it go was one for a really long time. It was catchy. It was short. It wasn't, well, let it go if you feel good, or don't worry. It was let it go. Walk away, right? You need to say it every day. Put it, like I said, put it on a Post-it note, put it where you can see it. Silently repeat it to yourself. Some people use mantras when they meditate. You know, they might be one word, one phrase. I know a lot of people on the Weight Watchers community, on the YouTube community this year, have picked one word for their New Year's resolutions or New Year's goals or whatever. I know some have been like focus and dedication and decide. I haven't picked a word for me yet. I do think I like the word forward, and that's one of them. But every time I hear somebody else use their word, oh, I'm going to use focus, I'm like, oh, I like focus. And then I saw determination. I'm like, I like determination. But I think for me, it's forward. You know, I really like forward as my mantra, my word, you know. However, I really hate when people say, well, moving forward. It drives me nuts, but I do like the word forward. Be kind to yourself when you mess up. So I say, you know, water over wine, or, you know, 20 ounces every day, or whatever it is that I decide to come up with, and you mess it up, and it you know, it happens, right? One of the best mantras that I have found so far is, you know, Sandy from Let's Get Fit says, she says all the time, it's one day, or it's one meal, or it's, you know, it's one thing, move on. You know, I get them from Julie on Living Large on Weight Watcher, or Living Large on Lifetime all the time, when she says, do the next best thing, you know, or it's just data. All of those little catchphrases that you can tell yourself to make things work. You know, every day is a new day. You know, don't turn goof ups into give ups. You know, you're going to cave. And that's one of the things that, that people have been talking about, is that, look, you're going to cave. There's going to be times where you mess this up, where you mess it up on a small scale, or you mess it up on a ginormous scale, but you're going to mess up. You're not going to be perfect every single day. You're not going to lose every single week. I didn't lose this week. I stayed exactly the same. And I'm a daily weigher, and I haven't budged. I am in a holding pattern, boy, let me tell you. And I want to blame somebody. I want to blame Freestyle. I want to say it's Freestyle's fault I'm not losing weight. Or now that Norm's on the plan, you know, he's sabotaging me. I'm always looking for somebody to blame. But you know what? Sometimes you just are on a mission, and it's not always going to work. Maybe there's no one to blame this time. It is what it is. I like that one. It is what it is, right? Get on the scale. You're up, you're down, you're the same. It is what it is. It's just data. Move on. A couple of them that I really like. It matters not how slowly you go, only that you don't stop. No matter how slow you go, you're still lapping everyone sitting on the couch. These are for fitness. I may not be where I want to be, but I'm better than where I was. Or I like, you know, I may not be where I want to be, but I'm better than I was yesterday. You don't drown from falling in the water. You only drown if you stay there. If you kind of do it, it kind of works. If you really do it, it really works. I love that one. You know, if you kind of do something, it might work. But if you really commit, it really works. You know, it's kind of like Mr. Miyagi said, you know, karate, yes. Fine. Karate, no. Fine. Karate, don't know. Squish, just like grape. If you've never seen that movie, you gotta go see that movie. Or you gotta find that movie. It's great. Karate Kid. You know, if we defend our habits, we have no intention of breaking them. Like that one too, you know? If you say, well, you know, this is how I am, or every time I'm about to get my period, I have to have chocolate, or, you know, I always need to do this, or this is just the way I was raised, or whatever the habit is, you have no intention of breaking it. If you can find defense for that habit, you have no intention of breaking it. Even if you say, I'm addicted to sugar. Okay, say, I'm going to break the addiction to sugar. You have to be able to move past that defense. Life has no remote. You have to get up and change it for yourself. Remember not having a remote and you had to get up and actually walk across the room and turn the channel? Life is that way. You can't sit on the couch and hit the button. You've got to do it on your own. You got to get up and do it. The weight didn't arrive from the fat fairy last night, and the skinny fairy isn't coming tonight either. Right? Basically what that's saying is I didn't get fat in one night. One salad is not going to make me skinny, just like one burger didn't make me fat. The fat fairy didn't come and say, from now on you're fat, just like the skinny fairy ain't going to arrive tomorrow. You got to work at it. Success requires backbone, not wishbone. You got to pull your big girl panties up and work towards your goals. If you're having a bad day, here are some. Instead of a plate, reach for your mate. I thought that one was kind of cute. So you're having a really bad day, instead of reaching for that plate, snuggle, right? Cuddle with somebody. Maybe it's your dog, maybe it's your kids, maybe it's your husband. They'll appreciate it. They'll appreciate the extra attention. What you eat in private shows up in public. I had this as my screensaver on my computer on the first of the year, every year for like 5 years. And, you know, it became wallpaper, which, you know, it was. But eventually, I just didn't notice it anymore. When your mantra stops working, pick a new mantra. I always say with kids, or dogs even, when you're training a kid or a dog in a new behavior, you know, it will work until it doesn't. You know, if giving a kid a sticker on a sticker chart works for 3 weeks, right? And the parents are going through and all of a sudden week 4, the kid decides, it ain't working anymore. That's all right. Now we got to find their new currency. What is that new currency that they're willing to work for? What is your currency? Is it that bathing suit that you need to fit in a couple of months? Is it your high school reunion? Is it the wedding dress you're trying to fit in? What's your currency? What are you doing this for? What's your why? And if you're done your why, let's say, you know, your high school reunion comes around and you've lost 50 pounds, but you're not at goal weight, what's your next one? What's the next thing that's going to work for you? If hiding the cookies in the cabinet worked for the first half of your journey, but now that you know where they are and how easy it is to find one, and that's not working anymore, maybe you can't buy the cookies anymore. Maybe you need to give the cookies to somebody else. Maybe you need to buy a different cookie. I don't know. Whatever, it will work until it doesn't work. And then you got to find out what works now. I've come too far to take orders from a cookie. I've taken orders from a cookie. I have taken orders from a steak. I have taken orders from a cheesecake that said, get over here and put me in your belly. I've done it. If you're driving and you get a flat tire, you don't get out of the car and slash all the other 3. No, you fix it and you get back on the road. So you have one bad meal. You have one splurge day. You have a bad weekend. You just say, you know what? Forget it. I can't do this. It's bad. That's what you've always done. If you always do what you've always done, nothing is going to change, right? The scale is a weight loss tool, not a judge, jury, and executioner. It's a tool. It's for data. It is not there to make you feel bad. This is probably one of my favorites. Keep tracking and stop slacking, right? I say it all the time. Keep on tracking. That's what you got to do. You got to work. It works if you work it. Isn't that one of those 12-step things? It works if you work it. Okay? So think about a mantra. What mantras work for you? Maybe you have more than one. Maybe you have one that always works for you. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what your mantras are. What do you like? Tell me what gets you through. Tell me in what situation. If you have a fitness mantra or a food mantra or just a daily mantra or how do you get out of bed in the morning mantra, right? Do the next best thing. That's one of my favorite ones. Tell me what yours are down below. Thank you. I do have some new subscribers. Welcome. If you're a subscriber who's been with me for a long time, thank you so much for your support. You have no idea how much it means to me. Please like this video, comment down below, and I look forward to reading your comments. I really, truly, 100% want to know your mantra. Please, 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 please tell me your mantras down below because I'm going to use some of them. I have them tattooed on my forehead. All right, so I'm going to jump off here and maybe I'll check back in with you later. If I don't, then I will see you guys tomorrow, probably again on my ride home. But in the meantime, guys, keep on tracking.